What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we are talking about the brand new 2024 R1300 GS that was just announced by BMW. We've all been anticipating this bike for a long time, and now it's finally here. BMW has done the official reveal of the bike, and the bike has a ton of packed new features. Obviously, the motorcycle is completely redesigned itself, but then we're going to have a bunch of different things we're going to get into, from the engine, the suspension, the technology, just some of the obvious changes like the headlight and everything that they have changed on the GS 1300. And then we're going to answer some of the questions of, is it worth it to actually switch to this bike? Should you consider moving to this bike if you have a GS 1250, or if you've never ridden a GS, is this the perfect time to get into it? So stick around for this video. We're going to get into all of that and more right after this. All right, guys, well, welcome back to the channel. And as you guys have probably seen by now, we have the brand new BMW R1300 GS. This is going to be an improvement on the overall legacy of the BMW GS platform, which was first released in 1980. In the reveal video, BMW did a nice throwback to some of the legacy that this bike has. It was first released again in 1980 as the R80 GS, and they showed the progression of the GS throughout the years. And so that was kind of cool to see that, look, this isn't a bike that's just a flash in the pan thing. This is really a bike that has legacy and some pedigree around it. I mean, this is something that BMW has been refining for over 40 years. And so now we have kind of the next major variation of the GS platform in the R1300 motorcycle. So this bike has a complete redesigned platform. I mean, the bike looks completely brand new. It's a brand new frame, brand new plastics, brand new headlight, brand new engine. I mean, it is a complete redesign, but I think BMW also did a really good job at making it feel like a GS. It wasn't something that was such a big departure that GS riders weren't going to identify with this bike or really understand it. It definitely still has the famous BMW Boxer engine in it, so you're going to get those horizontally opposed cylinders sticking out on either side of the motorcycle. For the BMW fans out there, you have learned to appreciate that. I know not everybody loves it, especially if you're doing more technical off-road stuff and maybe putting a leg down, going through a turn or something like that. Those horizontally opposed cylinders can sometimes get in the way, but I think for the right type of person, they absolutely love it. And so BMW has a brand new 1300 engine in there. And we also didn't get any sort of availability of when this motorcycle was going to actually ship or price of the motorcycle. So this reveal really was kind of taking a lot of the spy footage that maybe you've already seen online and really talking about some of the key specs to this. But in terms of availability of the motorcycle, we don't know. With that, let's get into some of the different models that were announced and some of the distinctions between each of those models. So first up, we're going to have the base model R1300 GS, and that was announced in white. So BMW admittedly said that this motorcycle is more of a road-focused bike. It's going to come in weighing at about 237 kilograms with 145 horsepower and 149 Newton meters of torque, but it's also going to come with things like cast wheels. It's going to have a more road-focused seat. And again, this is for somebody who maybe wants to take the motorcycle out on the weekends, isn't really planning on taking a GS and doing a lot of dirt riding. So I guess for the right type of person, that motorcycle, at least you have that option to get into a GS and not do a lot of off-road riding. Me personally, I like the ability to do on and off-road riding with the GS. I'm not sure why you would go with this platform if you're only ever taking it on road, but I know that is the popular riding style that some people choose to get adventure bikes for. So moving into the lineup, we have probably what is going to be the most popular version for off-road enthusiasts, and that is the R1300 GS Trophy. This is off-road focused. It comes with spoke wheels, it comes with engine guards, it has a compact exhaust, it has off-road foot pegs, it has everything that you need to go take this motorcycle off-road. I mean, it really is off-road ready, and to me this would be the most exciting of the options if I wanted to upgrade from my GS 1250 to the new motorcycle. And it is worth pointing out that some of the engine features of the R1300 GS, regardless of what different model you're getting, you are still going to have the shaft drive that BMW is famous for. So this is not belt or chain driven. It is going to be an enclosed shaft driven motorcycle, which is going to help with dirt, dust, water, and all those things that adventure bikes are constantly put through the paces for. So definitely excited to see that. I know coming to the reveal, there was a lot of speculation that BMW was actually going to do away with the telelever front end suspension. Personally, we didn't believe that here on the channel. We just felt like BMW lovers and GS lovers specifically have come to expect the telelever front end suspension. For those of you guys that don't know what that is, basically you have two forks for your front end suspension, and then you actually have a shock that's placed behind the forks that helps to compensate for dip when you're going to slam on the front brake. So something that the GS platform is well known for. Excited to see that it is included in the new GS 1300. It looks like we are still sticking with standard wheel size. So some of the more off-road focused motorcycles like the KTM or something like that are going with a 21-inch spoke front wheel. BMW is still maintaining their standard 1918 wheel combination. I believe that's what it is. So you're definitely getting the ability to go off-road, but something that's still going to be pleasant if you're going down the highways on long stretches. Okay, but jumping back to the different models, we're going to have an R1300 GS triple black, and this triple black edition that they showcased is going to have some of the bells and whistles that some of BMW's other motorcycles have started to equip them with. And to start off, we finally get an electric windshield on some of the GS models, although it doesn't look like this electric windshield will come on the base model, which is not a surprise for BMW. And that is something that BMW has been doing, where they'll offer, say, a motorcycle and say it's brand new for $18,000. But if you want all of the creature comforts like an electronic windshield, cruise control, heated seats, all of those things, you're going to pay a hefty price tag in what is normally bundled in something called a premium package. So it'll be interesting to see if the electronic windshield comes standard on any of the motorcycles, or if it's something that's only available in a premium package, although we would expect the latter based on some of the things that we have seen BMW do in the past. It does look like you are going to get some integrated turn signals in terms of hand guards around the motorcycle, so that's really great to see. And it makes sense that with a completely redesigned headlight, which we're going to get into in just a minute, that BMW would need to figure out a way to do something else with the turn signals. So you're going to get that in what looks like all of the different motorcycles, regardless of what model you're choosing for the R1300 GS. And then last but not least, we have the R1300 GS Tramontana, I think is what they called it. A little bit of an odd word, but there you go. Maybe you guys can tell me in the comments what that word means. But this is going to be the baller edition of the motorcycle. It's going to come loaded with all of the Option 719 accessories that you can throw at this bike. It's going to be flashy. It's going to be expensive, but it's also going to come with a lot of the features that BMW is packing into their other motorcycles. And probably one of the most unique features that we saw on this announcement is what they are calling automatic vehicle height adjustment. And so that's something that a few other motorcycle manufacturers like Ducati and Harley-Davidson have on their adventure bike lineups. And that basically, if it's going to work similar to the other motorcycle manufacturers, is going to drop the bike down when you come to a stop and make it a little bit easier for riders that don't have as long of an inseam or aren't as tall as other riders that are able to flat foot these very tall adventure bikes. So no specific seat heights or any of the specs on the motorcycle yet, but we can expect it to be on par with the similar GS 1250s of the past. So depending on rally seats or two-up seats or something like that, you might be able to adjust your seat height by a couple inches, but still, these are very tall motorcycles. So having an electronic adjustable height on the motorcycle itself is a welcomed addition. Coupled with the electronic windscreen, I think are two very, very good things that are going to be offered on the R1300 GS. One of the things that we surprisingly didn't hear mentioned, which was a little bit odd, was radar. This was something that was widely speculated for the R1300 GS lineup. Even when some of the spy photos came out, people said, there's the spot where the radar is going to be. It's final. We're going to get radar on the motorcycle. And for those of you guys that aren't aware, when we're talking about radar, we're talking about the ability to have adaptive cruise control on the motorcycle. So BMW did hint towards something. It was a very subtle hint, but you do have blind spot warnings on some of the higher end R1300 GS trims. It'll be interesting to see if those blind spot warnings also come with some sort of adaptive cruise control. BMW already has this technology and they incorporate it into some of their motorcycles like the R18 Bagger and the K1600, but it'll be interesting to see if BMW chooses to put this feature on the R1300 GS or if they leave it off for maybe something that's going to make the R1400 GS in the future unique to that specific motorcycle. So I'm interested to see. I mean, personally, I hope they include it on the motorcycle. It is something that I've grown accustomed to, as weird as it sounds. When I first started using adaptive cruise control on motorcycles, it was very worrisome. It's hard to get used to, but I'll say if you're out on the middle of an open highway and there's not a lot of cars, having adaptive cruise control is really nice to not have to worry about rolling on and off the throttle all the time and just letting the motorcycle do it for you. But I know that is a very polarizing topic, so interested to hear your guys' thoughts on adaptive cruise control, whether or not you feel like BMW should be including that in all of their motorcycle lineups in the future. All right, we're going to talk about the technology on this brand new R1300 GS motorcycle. So first and foremost, it's the thing that everybody saw that we're probably most focused on, and that is the redesign of the headlight itself. So BMW has finally gone away from their traditional asymmetrical headline design that was made popular in the R1250 GS, and they're going with a completely symmetric headlight that basically looks like a giant X, and they are calling it their matrix technology. So it has the low beams and high beams integrated into a single light, as well as hopefully we're going to get some what they called curve light. And normally what that means is when you lean the bike to the left, it's going to cast more light to the left, to the right, vice versa, and it's going to help you through turns. It'll be interesting to see if BMW actually includes that, what the functionality and the testing is of that once we get our hands on the motorcycle. One of the biggest bummers to me in this reveal is that it looks like we still have the 6.5-inch TFT display. I would have loved to have seen the bigger display that BMW has used on some of their other motorcycles exist on this R1300. I know they have the TFT. I know they have the technology. It'll be interesting to see if, again, they're going to hold that out for the R1400 or something like that in the future, or more of their premium models. But at least in all of the videos and things that we've seen today, you get the standard 6.5-inch TFT display on the R1300 GS. BMW did talk about weight savings as well as just the overall appearance of the motorcycle, that they were really intentional to say, look, bigger isn't always better. That is especially true in the adventure bike community. Most people that are doing really technical off-road riding don't necessarily want a huge bike that's hard to move around, or just even the appearance of having a big motorcycle. So one of the things that I'm very, very happy to see is the overall design of the bike looks significantly smaller. It's slim, it's compact. Even with the big cylinders that you have sticking out on either side, I feel like it's a smaller footprint overall. And that ultimately was going to lead riders to having more confidence off-road and being a little bit better riders and having a little bit better control of the motorcycle. So I know the design of the bike is polarizing. I'm super interested to hear your guys' thoughts on this motorcycle. I'm excited to put our hands on one as soon as they're available in the United States. That is soon, so we don't have any definitive times, but I would anticipate that this bike is going to be available at the very soonest in the summer of 2024, because BMW has already announced that the new F900 GS is not going to be available until springtime of 2024. So I feel like if they knew when they could actually ship it, they probably would have said. So again, we're not anticipating seeing this bike until summer at the earliest, but realistically, probably fall of 2024. So BMW has some time to work out some of the kinks, develop some new features, and hopefully deliver a finished motorcycle to us that we are anticipated. So interested to hear your guys' thoughts on the brand new R1300 GS from BMW. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What do you think of the design? How are the specs on the engine? And are you guys excited about potentially jumping to this motorcycle? And so lastly, let's talk about who this motorcycle is right for. As someone who owns an R1250 GS, one of the things that I really have come to appreciate about the BMW platform is its reliability. And so anytime there is a new generation of product, whether it's in phones, cars, motorcycles, I'm typically somebody who likes to wait a little bit and let kind of the first year kinks work themselves out and then jump on board the second year. I would say for existing GS owners, especially if you have a new bike within the last couple of years, I don't know that this is a drastic enough difference to jump from your bike to these new ones. I would recommend holding and just kind of seeing, one, what the market does, two, make sure that they have all the kinks worked out. But for those people that have maybe been considering getting onto a GS for a couple of years, haven't pulled the trigger, want to get more into adventure riding, this motorcycle, in my opinion, is absolutely fantastic. The design is great, the engine's great, some of the technology is great. This motorcycle, for those people that can swing an adventure bike north of $20,000 that don't have a GS platform, this bike makes a ton of sense, and I would strongly recommend at least considering it in your personal life. So curious to hear what your guys' thoughts are. Thank you so much for joining this video. If you have liked the video itself, please hit the like button, give our channel a subscribe, and if you have not done so already, go check out RideMotos. We're here on YouTube or on all your social media platforms, and we're bringing all of your motorcycle content daily. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Till we meet again, peace.